What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Live Stocks back with another video today, taking a look at NIO stock as I've done over the past few days. NIO is up almost 5% again today, making a higher high day after day. So we'll take a look at how the stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels that we are looking at moving into the future, and based on that, what we think the stock can do. But real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below what your thoughts on NIO are. And I'd love to chat with you guys down in the comment section. So let me we'll get right into it. So taking a look at the one-day chart, like I said, we are up almost 5%, 4.77% on the day, $2.23, down about 11 cents after hours, but that's not too bad considering the day that NIO stock has had. If we compare that to the NASDAQ was down about 0.1%. The Dow was down. The Dow was up about 24 points, down 29 after hours, so pretty flat. And then the S&P was down $1.32, which is 0.36%, down another 0.07 after hours. So NIO, all that to say, had a great day. So let's take a look at kind of what we were monitoring with NIO stock. So last week's close kind of in the 46s, right? High 46s. We made a video. There were kind of three levels that I personally was watching out for. The first one, being this line right here. If I go to the hourly chart, kind of in the 47s, right? And then that high 48 line as well. So let's take a look at, how it traded compared to those lines. So right out the bat, opened, found a little bit of resistance in this upward kind of trend when it was trading in that wedge. Let's see if I could show it on this chart. Yeah, so this not in this wedge, in this upward trend, excuse me. So that we dropped a little bit outside of that, and so then it was a matter of breaking in. But once that broke in, what we saw was, it went all the way from 46s to kind of the 48s. Took a little break, came down, and then this is the other level we were looking to hold. It bounced right off of that support level / VWAP, pushed up, and it looked like it was going to do another test right there, but it didn't, and then it pushed up all the way to kind of this level in the 49s where we were watching it. So as you can see here, right, it broke above it, came below it, and then broke above it again, made a high of $49.49, and then we saw a little bit of a sell-off. The reason for that sell-off, I made a video on Apple stock just now, feel free to watch it, but Apple announced that they were making a self-driving car in competition to Tesla, which could also potentially mean competition to NIO as well. But then the stock kind of rebounded from the 48s, closed at 48.95. Great day for NIO overall. As we see here right now, I can extend this line one more day. We've made a higher high for the past 5 days in a row, after kind of bottoming out at that 39-ish candle after the stock offering was announced. So again, NIO stock is doing great. I know some of you guys asked me, where do I think NIO stock is going to go, and I said 50 by NIO day. Well, we're only $1.05 away from that right now, so I'd like to see it hit that, even this week if the momentum continues, or early in January going into NIO day. So 50 seems very in sight, maybe even 55 by NIO day. It's all a matter of where the stock can, how much momentum the stock can find, and where it goes from there. So on the daily chart, here's a reason why I like looking at these EMAs on the daily chart. So we've got the EMA right at 45.90. We've got the 21 EMA at 45.18. Our low for today was 45.02, so about 16 cents lower than the 21 EMA. So good bounce there, and then a nice push higher. So again, still looking at the EMA, 45.90 should act as a good level of support, as well as the 21 EMA, 45.18. Now, that's the level of support from the EMA perspective. We've also got this 47.34 that, if we scroll back on the hourly chart, has held up as a decent level of support and resistance. As you can see right there, resistance right there, support, and then going back, it acted as a lot of resistance. So now that we are above that level, I would like to see it act as a good support, and the fact that we went down there kind of in the 44s to validate another support point great. I think that pullback was needed to see if we buy the dip or if we keep falling. The dip was bought. We are moving up again. Not to say that we can't see another dip, but you know, the fact that we were able to kind of validate that is really nice. We've also got the 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart coming in at 45.97, so about 46. As we could see in the pre-market, that level, we always closed above it, and you know, even in this green candle we pushed up. So levels that I'm watching, this 20-day moving average from the 4-hour chart, right, 20 period, excuse me, kind of, let's call it 46, right, 45.97. We've got the EMAs coming in, the 8 EMA coming in at 45.90, right, so that and the 20 moving average really high 45s, right, 45.90s, and then the 21 in the low 45s, and then we've got this level of support down here, you know, between the 34 EMA at 42 and then this line right there. From a resistance perspective, right, we've got obviously this line that we have drawn. It is pretty close to where we are now, you know, in the 49s, low 49s, which we broke through today, but now that we're below it again, I think it would act as a resistance point potentially again to break through. And then we've got the high of today to go for, which is at 49.49. And then if we take a look at the hourly chart, well, back up for a second. So this line kind of in the low 49s, 49.49, which is today's high, and then 50, which should be a mental resistance, right, for a stock to break 50, just for people, just mental resistance, potentially people looking to sell if it hits that level, so we see some selling pressure. But those are kind of really close, right? So if we see another green day, those could be knocked out pretty soon. The next level I see from an hourly chart perspective is if we go back here, and I'll zoom in. Let me get rid of these indicators and I'll zoom in so we could see a little bit better. I think the next level we see is right here at that 50. Let me get the horizontal line right there. It'll be right here, kind of in the high 51s, essentially 52, right, 51.97, because as we'll see here, we found support when we were above it, but for a while there it hit up against it. For a whole day it hit up against it a couple of times, and you know, same thing right there, found support. So I think that next level is kind of in the high 51s, basically 52 level. So if it goes up, I'm looking for that resistance level we have in the 49s, 49.49, 50 mental resistance, and then it can run to 52 hopefully before it runs into that next resistance point. And remember, once a resistance point is captured, which means that 49 line is captured, theoretically it becomes support. Now we didn't see that hold up today. We did dip below this line a little bit, but typically it'll hold up as good support. So as we do that, like if we get above 52, I'm looking for that level to hold up as a good support point. That's all I had for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it to be informative. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of NIO stock. If you are in the kind of huge rally, I know I was able to pick up some shares and put on a vertical put spread expiring in January. Let me actually also share another not strategy necessarily, because it's not something super complicated, but another play that I did kind of mid last week, and I'll share kind of how that's doing. So let me see if I can have those sent over from my phone, and if we can get them open. There we go, open. So what I wanted was, I have stock in NIO and I have a vertical put spread, which means I'm betting NIO to be above a certain level, but I really like the momentum, and I saw conviction across the board of this stock going up. So what I did was I wanted to buy some calls. Now I wanted to buy calls that were in the money, because I knew that the value of those, there was a lot of intrinsic value already built in, right? So I could have bought a 55 call for pretty cheap, but I wanted something that had intrinsic value, such as a 45 call, because at that time it was, I believe, pretty close to, or it was above 45 or pretty close to 45. So I knew that the intrinsic value would get there faster. So what I did was, but the 45 call was pretty expensive and I didn't want to, necessarily buy that. So what I did was I bought a 45 call and I sold a 55 call. So I used money from selling the 55 call to make my 45 call cheaper. What that does is it kind of limits my downside risk, because I do have a long position and a short position. It's an overall long position, right? But technically I sold a 55 call. And what that does is it caps the max amount of profit that I will get. In this case, it would be $1,000, assuming NIO like runs really high. The max my call can be worth is $1,000. It can be worth a 10, but typically I won't see that 10 unless NIO just happens to run and I hold it till expiration. But my downside is also a lot less, because since I have both a long position and a short position, it's just, it won't decay as fast, is essentially the reason why. And it was a cheaper option for me to buy. So I paid $2.78. As of today, 2/18, it's worth $4.15. So my return for today was $103, and my total return on that was $137. Now remember, I like looking at percent, so that's a 49% return, which is huge. This isn't something that happens for me on a daily basis, right? I just happened to catch NIO at a really good run. I'm not saying that I can do this every single day. I'm not one of those people, just laying that out there. But essentially, the reason I want to show this to you guys is, like, let's say you want to buy a $45 call today, right? But it's $6.50, which means $650. If you don't want to put $650 for this call because it's too much money, or because the risk is too much of it to decay over time, then you could sell a 55 call or even a 50 call, right? Selling a 50 call would lower your max profit, but it would also lower your cost overall. And what you would do is you would pay $6.50 and you would get $2.35, which effectively makes your cost $4.15. Now, I'm not saying for you to put this play on right now, right? Because I mean, I think I would go with different strikes if it were me right now. And also I think that there's a little bit of a chance of a pullback with the amount we've gone up. But I just wanted to share that with you guys in case some of you were maybe looking to play NIO on the ride up but weren't sure kind of how to do it. This is one of the ways that I have done it. Not, again, make sure to do your own research before going into any position, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys think or how you've been playing NIO, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.